What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12, episode 9. I apologize for all the confusion with my last upload. I uploaded the wrong episode twice. I don't know how I did that, but the right episode is up, but I have the wrong episode, so I'll fix it. And this is episode 9. Okay, but I'll fix it. My apologies. All right, let's get back to this. So we done already talked about half of this episode, but let's get into it. The first part of the episode, some of the clips have leaked online. We see Sutton and Diana are still arguing, and drunk ass Kyle decided she was going to insert herself in a situation that didn't have nothing to do with her. They got to talking about the miscarriage, and Sutton, Diana was like, well, I've had a, miscarriage. I was dealing with my miscarriage. And Sutton was like, well, I've had two. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't like the way Diana, has been acting most of this argument conversation. But Sutton, you had a couple of missteps yourself. The way you started this off was a little want. And then sometimes it's okay to not share, because it did seem like you were trying to like one up Diana. Oh, you have one, well, I see your one and I'll raise you two. And Diana said the same thing later on in the episode. But here's my problem. Kyle gonna say, well, I've never heard this before. This is the first that I'm hearing of it. And she continued to, and she even told, at one point she even said to Sutton, I don't believe this is true. I don't believe this to be true. First of all, ma'am, who the hell are you? People don't have to tell you stuff. Kyle, like you are not the gatekeeper to everything Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I have stuff that's private that I don't choose to share. And that's what Sutton said. Sutton said, well, that's a very private thing. So I'm sitting here like, girl, like you really acting like she was supposed to, like, because she didn't tell you, then now you're questioning whether it even happened. And then she even grabbed Garcelle at one point and she yanked her. And I was like, girl, Kyle, what are you doing? And she's shaking her and stuff. And I was like, okay, Kyle, you're doing way too much. And then she gonna get up talking about something, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. And she ends up walking away. Well, my thing is, you should have walked your ass away from the beginning, because when y'all first came over there, Sutton asked y'all to leave. And everybody left except for you. Nobody asked you to be there, girl. Nobody asked for your 2 cents or your input. We didn't need it. So then at one point, Sutton decides that she's going to hug Diana and move on. And Diana is like, girl, whatever. Now, in Sutton's mind, she think that they good. She think they done made up and that they're going to move forward. And Diana's mind, she's like, this chick is crazy and let me get the hell out of here. So she ends up leaving. And then Sutton ends up leaving. Now, Crystal went to go check on Diana, make sure she was good or whatever. And the rest of the ladies are sitting there. And so now Erica decides that she wants to flirt with Oliver. So she calls Oliver over, and she is very, very blunt and very loud. Garcelle, your son is sexy. Oh my gosh, I just want to hit it. Oliver, are you married? He was like, yes, I'm married. She told me something, are you sure? I think I'm pretty sure that I'm married. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you ever want to, come on over this way. Girl, don't nobody want to come over that way. She even said, well, hit me up in my DMs. Your wife can, we can have a threesome. Erica was doing too much. Again, I get it that she's drunk. I mean, she was kicking up her leg, talking about Oliver. I mean, and Garcelle was being very gracious. And so then everybody is leaving. And that's when Jax came over to get the flowers. Now, he was coming over to get the flowers because, they were leaving. And Garcelle, somebody asked Garcelle, do you want your flowers? And she was like, yeah. Erica's going to tell him, get the F out of here. Get the F out of here. Girl. Now, I've already said all I need to say about that. I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it. But suffice to say, it was inappropriate. And Erica, you were doing too much. And if you had some real friends in that room, they would have got your ass out of there. Like, Dorit should have walked your ass out of there. And I understand we're filming and it's our TV show. But no, they should have got you out of there. At a certain point, it was obnoxious. It was loud. It was rude, disrespectful, and embarrassing. And if you had some real friends there, they would have got you out of that room. Now, Garcelle went back in there and told her that's not acceptable for you to talk to my son like that. And Erica gonna act like she don't understand what she said was wrong, or she don't understand what the problem was. You're not that damn drunk, Erica. You know what the hell you said to that boy. Now they did show us a scene with her and Crystal where they went walking, and Crystal tried to tell her like what you said when you was over. You know, you said a lot. You know, her child is young. She was like, yeah, he's 16. No, he's 14. She was like, well, yeah, that's a different perspective. First of all, even if they were 16, it was still inappropriate for you to talk to him like that. But certainly, yes, he's 14 years old. Child. So anyway, child, that was the party, and that was how the party ended, honey. So, the next day, we see, well, I don't know if it was the next day or not, but we see, no, yes, I do, because they said it. We see Garcelle with, you know, her makeup artist and her hairdresser talking about the party and, you know, just kind of recapping, and that Erica was out of control and she said some things, and Garcelle was like, I'm going to get her together the next time I see her, you know, and she even told her friend Cherie later on in the episode, like, I didn't want to have that conversation with her while she was drunk. And that made sense, because Erica wasn't going to comprehend it, and it was going to probably piss you off more, because Erica was going to laugh and joke and act like it wasn't a big deal, because that's kind of what she was doing already. So we see Crystal take take Dorit to a self-defense class. That was great. Moving on, because yeah. So Kyle and Sutton go to lunch, and Kyle is trying to apologize to Sutton, you know. Now, Kyle did say something that I thought was pretty accurate. Kyle said, you are a hard person to apologize to. And I agree, because Sutton, people have tried to apologize to you several times, and you always make it an issue. You always make it a thing. Girl, just let somebody apologize. Shut up. Let them say what they need to say, and then say, thank you, or I accept, or I appreciate that. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have to accept an apology, but at least let somebody give the damn apology. I mean, it's just, girl, you're doing too much. We found out that Sutton is going to have a housewarming type party, because she's almost finished with the house. We remember last year she was living in Kyle's house for double the time that she was supposed to live there while she was renovating, you know, this house that she has or whatever. So they were trying, when Kyle was trying to apologize to Sutton, Kyle was trying to tell what her point of view was, and Sutton was trying to tell her, but you came in the middle. Like, you came in the middle of a conversation, and then you didn't know what you was talking about, because you was coming in the middle. Like, you didn't come in at the beginning where your ass should have came in. You came in, and Kyle was like, yeah, but, you know, I want you to know that it's not that I didn't believe you. I mean, I believe that you know, that you had, she said, but it just, in the moment, it just didn't sound sincere. It sounded like you would just, you know, and Sutton was like, no, I was really trying to find some, like, I was trying to, like, I don't want to say bond with Diana, but, you know, I was trying to show my empathy, like, listen, I know what you're going through, because I went through it, you know. And but she finally apologized, and she got it out, and Sutton hugged her, and I guess they good, child. I guess they good. So Lisa Rinna goes over Diana's house to find out how everything went with the party. Lisa says she's still processing her grief, honey, and that the holidays have been hard for her, because this happened around Thanksgiving. And that the holidays were hard, and I can imagine that they were. I can definitely imagine, you know, you lost your mother suddenly. Even though she was 90, it was still sudden the way it happened. And then you go right into the holiday season. It is hard. And I, you know, for as much as Lisa Rinna irritate me, I know that's a hard thing for her to do. So then they get into the party, and Diana says, hey, the party itself was great. Had a great time. It was cool. But the whole situation with Sutton, and she told Lisa, you know, Sutton said that I'm soulless, and that, you know, called me a mother effer, and I mean, I just don't understand why she would say that to me. Now, Diana, what you're not going to do is act like you wasn't giving tit for tat. You're not going to sit here and act like you wasn't giving it right back to Sutton. You said some nasty stuff to Sutton too. Okay? Now, you try to sit back and make it seem like, you know, that you are, you know, the victim in this. Now, like I said, I don't like the way Sutton started the conversation, questioning whether you was on bed rest or not, and why you were even there if you was on bed rest. Now, I don't appreciate that, Sutton, but let's not act like you ain't give Sutton grief, okay? But anyway, so of course, you know, Lisa Rinna gonna run with it. Because that's what Lisa Rinna does, child. She was eating it up. Because, she already don't like Sutton. And Diana was like, I think something is wrong with Sutton. Like, she is off, and until I figure out what's going on with her, I'm just going to have to, keep my distance and deal with her accordingly. And I'm like, child, ain't nothing wrong with Sutton. Sutton just a little quirky, child. Ain't nothing wrong with Sutton, child. But anyway, and the same could be said about you, Diana. Anyway, because y'all already know how I feel about her. Moving on. I'd rather them bring Teddy back than to keep Diana another season. And that damn Teddy, she found a way to get in every episode. She was at Kyle's house for Thanksgiving, and when they was like showing everybody's Thanksgiving, why Teddy there? Why are you at Kyle's house for Thanksgiving? Don't you have your own house to have Thanksgiving dinner for? You got a whole husband and kids. You got a whole rock star daddy that I know probably be having a nice little spread out there in the Midwest where he live. You ain't go home? Go see your daddy, John Cougar. He go by John Mellencamp. He dropped the Cougar, right? I don't know. But damn Teddy. But like I said, I'd rather have Teddy back than another season of Diana. And that's saying a lot, y'all. That is saying a lot. Moving on. So then we have the other infamous scene that we've seen all for the last couple of days. PK and Dorit go over to Kyle and Mauricio's, and they're, hanging out, having drinks or whatever. So first we had to have this conversation with Dorit talking about moving. She's thinking about moving. Of course, because of everything they went through, she's thinking about moving. She's just not sure. And Kyle was like, girl, I understand. When we got robbed, I thought about moving too, but I really don't want you to move because you're so close. So then we get to them talking about Erica. Now, listen, Kyle, you can give out as many Instagram apologies that you wish. I don't even think she apologized. Explanations. But you were wrong. What you said was wrong. You talking about some, well, it's funny, but it's not funny, but it's funny. And Mauricio talking about something I think is a good thing. What was so good about it? Because if Erica had said that to Portia, please understand that Mauricio would have had a whole nother conversation and a whole nother attitude if Erica had come at Portia the way she went at Jax. Okay. So for y'all to be sitting there acting like it wasn't a big deal and, oh, we laughing it off. And then I get what y'all was saying about Erica loosening up and y'all glad y'all seeing another side of Erica. Like, that part I understand. That part I get. But not at the expense of Garcelle's son. That's not okay. And then Dorit talking about something, well, damn, I lost my train of thought. But for Dorit was like, well, it wasn't my son. I think that was taken a little out of context because people were getting upset with her saying it. She was saying, I sort of give Erica a pass, but it's not my child. I don't think she meant like, well, it wasn't my child. I think she was saying, but I can't speak for Garcelle. Like, I'm giving her a pass, but she didn't talk to my child like that. Like, had it been my child, I might not be so quick to give her a pass. That's how I took what she said. I didn't take it as, well, it wasn't my child, so I don't care. That ain't the way she said it, y'all. She said it like, I kind of give Erica a pass, but then again, it wasn't my child that she talked to like that. Anyway, moving on. It don't even matter. She shouldn't have said it. Y'all shouldn't have laughed. Let's move on. PK, of course, was talking about the last time he was there was the night of the break-in and yada, 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 whatever. So, moving on. To Sutton's party. So, Sutton is having, I guess it's sort of a housewarming situation. But, of course, it rained. She said, contrary to popular belief, it does rain in Southern California. And, of course, I will always hear Tony anytime somebody talks about what it does in Southern California. Shouts out to them. But, of course, it made the outside icky. And y'all know that Sutton is all about, her parties and everything being perfect. Honestly, Sutton, I know you wanted to move forward, but in that moment, I probably would have moved everything to my formal dining room. It wasn't that many people there that you couldn't put it at your formal dining room because it was muddy, and them women was going to show up in stilettos and labels and everything else. Lisa Rinna had on some Versace shoes. They were cute, and I ain't mad at you, Lisa, for not wanting to walk in that mud and mess up your shoes. I ain't mad at you at all because the fabric, the outside of the shoe was like a cloth fabric. It wasn't like leather where you could just wipe off the mud or whatever. Girl, I'm not mad at you. Child, they made Sutton people pull out all her flip-flops. They walk around in flip-flops, and then they was cold outside, so then they made them go get all her coats. Baby, they done bought out 6 fur coats, okay? So I just feel like Sutton, I get it, I understand the aesthetics of it all, but you probably should have just moved it inside. But moving on, let's get back to, we see Garcelle and Cherie before they leave to go over there, and Garcelle is letting Cherie know what went down at the party and how she gonna have a conversation with Miss Erica. Okay, when they get there, she gonna have a conversation with Miss Erica. Now on the way there, Erica acknowledges that she know that Garcelle has a reason to be mad at her, and so I feel like, okay, so Lisa shows up, yada yada yada. Everybody shows up. Erica's there, and Erica says that she's only gonna have one drink. She learned her lesson. She's not gonna do no bunch of drinking. Yet it's still, we see Erica getting drink after drink after drink after drink. Now, Erica, when you walked in that room, since you knew you owed Garcelle an apology, the first thing you should have done was apologize to Garcelle. But what you did was you sat there being very passive aggressive, which is so non-Erica like, being very passive aggressive, and you were waiting for Garcelle to bring it up. Because what you were hoping was that Garcelle was going to let it ride and Garcelle wasn't going to say nothing. Now, Garcelle, on the flip side, you was doing the same thing. You were like sitting there waiting. I think you thought that Erica was going to apologize. So you was waiting for Erica to send you an apology, which of course she did not do. And so now both of y'all was just standing there very awkward, like waiting for the other one to say something about what happened at the party. So I feel like that's going to happen on the next episode, because it ain't happened on this episode. But something needs to happen, because Erica, you should have walked in the door with an apology. The first thing out your mouth should have been, Garcelle, girl, I was drunk. Okay, when I'm appalled at how I spoke to Jax. Please tell Oliver I meant no disrespect to his marriage, to his wife, and I do apologize. Like, I am so sorry. That would have been the end of it. Because, see, then you diffuse Garcelle a little bit. She might have had a little yin-yang, but she wasn't going to give you everything she was going to give you, because you already walked in the door with the apology on your lips. Moving on. So then we're sitting there, and Diana doesn't come. And Diana didn't call to tell Sutton she wasn't going to come. So, of course, Garcelle was like, see, that's very passive-aggressive, and I don't like that. I mean, she's like, well, you know, I think that that's rude. And Sutton said that that was very passive-aggressive. Lisa gonna say, well, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? And Sutton was like, what you talking about? I'm not passive-aggressive. And Lisa was like, but you are passive-aggressive. And Sutton was like, girl, what you talking about? No, I'm not. And she gonna say, well, did you call Diana a MFer and say that she was soulless? That's not passive-aggressive, because she told that to that woman's face. How is that passive-aggressive, Lisa? It might not have been nice. It may have been rude. But passive-aggressive isn't the word you're looking for in that scenario, ma'am. Anyway, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.